Honor Magic V6 hands-on. This is the thinnest foldable I think I've ever used right here. You can see Honor Magic V6, and this is going to be a hands-on first look of this device right here. Shout outs to Honor for making this video possible, sending out a unit here. And we're just kind of do the hardware specs and kind of take a look around the device to see what we're working with here. And you could see right here, the device definitely is incredibly thin for sure, just like the Honor Magic V5 that came before it. But now it has a larger battery. It does have a faster processor, improved cameras, and also even more creaseless display right there. So it's basically not visible in almost any angle. You know, it's definitely less than what we see on some of the competing phones, like the Z Fold 7, for example. So this Honor device is definitely a pretty shocking new device in terms of, if you haven't used foldables before, it's definitely very refined. Okay, so let's see what comes in the box of this Honor Magic V6. So you can see right here, we do have this little placeholder for the phone. Nothing serious right there. Is a nice black box, a very premium kind of feel here for the phone. You also do get a SIM card eject tool. And then if we open this tab right here, let's go ahead and see what they included in here. So you do get yourself a USB-C to USB-C right there. And then over here, a little placeholder for that. And then we have ourselves a case included in the box. Now this case actually gives the phone some protection, as there's probably not a ton of case options, so it's nice that Honor included one. But you can go ahead and put that on there. And it kind of has like a little bit of a leathery feel to the back of it. Rather nice. It also does have an included kickstand, which is very nice because you are going to want to prop this phone up. It is a foldable, and this will allow you to go ahead and do that. It also does provide a little bit of camera protection as well on the corners of the device there, and gives it better grip overall. So definitely a nice inclusion, but the sides on the front are not fully protected though, so do keep that in mind. But with this, I don't feel like a lot of people are going to drop it. It's a very nice little grip on there, and it doesn't add too much bulk to the device either. So definitely a nice addition to include that in the box, but there is no charging brick, so you're gonna have to have your own charging brick. Okay guys, so looking at this phone, you can see from the side profile, comparatively to something like the Z Fold 7, definitely extremely thin right there. So they're doing a great job with that. Also comparatively to last year's Magic V, the Magic Fold V5, let's go ahead and check this one out real quick. So here we go. You can see right here, kind of a similar look a little bit, but you can see on the edges, definitely kind of similar as well. They improved a lot of the internals while remaining very thin. On the front here, for specification, you'll find yourself a 6.52-inch AMOLED LTPO 2.0 display. That's 1 to 120 hertz and 6,000 nits on the front. So you're basically getting a top-tier flagship display on the front with 406 pixels per inch. If you go ahead and open the phone up, it's going to reveal yourself a 7.95 inch, so nearly 8 inches on the interior display with about 5,000 nits of peak brightness. This also can hit 403 pixels per inch, so very sharp internal panel. But one of the things I really enjoy is going to be its actual crease that you don't really see that much. So I definitely really like this. And also I do like that, you know, the phone is super light and super thin to hold. So it feels like $1,000,000 in your hand. It really is that nice. Now it also does have IP68 and IP69. So this phone is actually dust and wear resistant, unlike some other foldables out there. That is a big deal for foldable phones. This one has worry-free daily use. Some other specifications: 6,600 milliamp hour battery. That's a silicon carbon battery on board. It's a 50 megapixel plus 50 megapixel plus 64 megapixel periscope telephoto setup, and Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 foldable chipset on board. You also get Magic OS on board with Android 16, and this is going to be the global edition. We will cover this full review soon. We're just kind of getting a first look at it here, but this is a very impressive thin foldable device. Let's get a few close-up shots and looks at this. So you can see on the edges here, we do have ourselves a volume rocker and a fingerprint sensor power button there. So when you press that, you can go ahead and get right into the device right there. Up at the top, you will find yourself microphone holes right there. And then the speaker grill. At the bottom, you'll find yourself more microphone holes, speaker grill, and then a USB-C right there. We also have a SIM card tray. It says Honor right there. And then we do have some CE branding on there, that kind of stuff, regulatory things. And then we do have ourselves the AI imaging right there and the camera setup. Now around the edges, you will see a nice little shiny looking ring around the camera. So it elevates the look a little bit instead of just this blotch of black. Now on the edges, very interesting pattern here on the Honor Magic V6. You'll see kind of like this diamond shining pattern inside of here. I don't know if the camera is picking it up. Yeah, there it goes. So definitely looks really good. And again, this is a very sealed shut, nice hinge on board. This is what I'm seeing so far, but they also had that kind of pattern on the Magic V5. But it looks like they reduced the camera bump. The camera bump was significantly thicker looking on the Magic V5. So the Honor Magic V6 also weighs 219 grams. It's 4 millimeters thick when it is open, and then when it is closed, it's 8.75. It definitely has 4 different color options: red, gold, the white you see here, which I definitely really like. I like white devices. I've always loved white devices, but that's another topic for another day. They also have it in black as well. And let's get a look at the cameras. Now the thing with this phone is that Honor is putting a 64 megapixel telephoto lens in here. So a lot of foldable phones don't have good zoom. This one gives you a 64 megapixel telephoto periscope. So we will go ahead and cover that before the review. I'm gonna take some more samples with this phone before it becomes available officially for review. But this is just a hands-on first look. I gotta say that it's looking promising, but I can't give you the full take just yet. Now you can see there are some features right there. And then we do have video modes. We have photo modes right here, portrait, night mode. One of the deals with this phone is they are offering a pretty professional level camera system on here without having to go to a regular slab. So I think that's something we're gonna have to take a look at and see how good it really is before I'm done reviewing this phone over here. But yeah, that's a first look here at the Honor Magic V6. You can see 6600 silicon carbon battery. The device is thin. It's the thinnest foldable I've probably ever seen. It's incredibly impressive in that department, but I have to see how that holds up day to day. They're saying it is a tougher device. It's going to have greater drop resistance than ever before. IP68, IP69. So, I mean, some other manufacturers need to step it up. They're doing quite a bit of features here on board here. And let me know if you want to see what you want to see going forward as I do prepare for my full review of this phone. But that was a hands-on first look at the device. Let me know your thoughts on what you think of the Honor Magic V6, how it's going. And let's do one last comparison to one of the more popular flagship foldables out there, the Z Fold 7. You can see definitely making a statement here with that Honor Magic V6. But let me know your thoughts on that down below. You can see right there. So the only thing I would say that I'm looking forward to, and that this is not about this one in general, but just foldables in general, is I want to see more foldables with pen support. They do have big displays to go ahead and do that. But thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I'll catch you all in the next episode. Nick here. Be sure to be well and stay tuned for the full review as it does go live sometime soon. So I'll stay tuned for that. I'll catch you on the next one. Nick here. Be sure to be well and peace.